What if there was a place for these teens to go without having to be afraid? What if there was a place for these teens to go to ask the questions they want to ask and receive birth control or health care that they need in order to practice safe sex? Well, there is. Planned Parenthood has been around for 100 years and is the most trusted healthcare provider that believes in health care for all, with no expectations or limitations in those they provide services for. Planned Parenthood is a nonprofit organization that runs off of donations, and that's where you can help. Planned Parenthood is asking for donations, no matter how big, no matter how small. Anything can help. According to Planned Parenthood's fact sheet, the teenage pregnancy rate in the United States has declined to its lowest level in the past 40 years due to the increased access of birth control Planned Parenthood has helped provide.
Parenthood's fact sheet,
you can go online and donate at www.plannedparenthood.org, or you can also call our national toll-free call center at 1-800-798-7092. That's 1-800-789-7092. Go online or call today to make a donation and help be a part of the cause for health care for all. Planned Parenthood. Care no matter what.
In 2015, California entered one of the worst droughts in state history. The LA Times reported that snowpack would only meet 5% of California's needs, and every resident in the state would have to cut back on water usage by 35% to meet the bare minimum requirements for sustainable reserves. The reservoirs were running dry, and time was running out. In a stunning turn of events, 2016 saw what many called the storm of the century hit California. Over the course of 2 weeks, the storm dropped enough water to make up for much of the drought in the previous year. The citizens became complacent. Individuals stopped switching to drought-resistant lawns. They stopped shortening their showers. They kept the water running while they brushed their teeth. This last week, however, California saw one of its largest reserves devastated. The Oroville Dam began to have issues, and though it did not completely collapse, it began leaking 100,000 cubic feet of water per second. This is a wake-up call. The war is not over. The degrading of California's infrastructure combined with overusage of water could culminate in millions going without the basic needs for life. Do your part. Conserve water. Contact your legislators to let them know you're keeping your eyes on our water infrastructure, and you expect them to as well.
Hello, son. I'm Dean Rubin from college. Here to invite you to join us this fall.
Me?
You've always wanted to go to college, correct?
Yeah.
Well, here's that invitation you've been waiting for.
Joey, out of bed!
Wake up. You can't dream your way into college. There are actual steps you need to take. For all the steps, visit knowhowtogo.org. Brought to you by the American Council on Education, Lumina Foundation for Education, and the Ad Council.
You're listening to Tiger Radio.
Clear.
The pulse of Pacific.
Good evening, everyone. Welcome into the beautiful confines of the Stephen Schott Stadium, home of the Santa Clara Broncos. Today's matchup between the Pacific Tigers and the Santa Clara Broncos. Hello, everyone. I am Jeff Dominic. On the road with the Pacific Tigers as they will look to change their fortunes on the road. Only one win so far this season, but looking to take on a team of Santa Clara that's also has seen their struggles this season. But they are 7-14 in the West Coast Conference play, 11-35 overall. So they are getting most of their wins in the West Coast Conference play. The Tigers and the Broncos coaches currently at home plate exchanging lineup cards, and we will give you those lineups here in just a moment. And as far as the Tigers go, they're riding on the highs of a victory here over at Klein Family Field at home on Tuesday, where they took on the UC Davis Aggies, and a base hit by Jimmy Boris scoring the winning run. And we had a chance to talk with Jimmy Boris afterwards, and he was just pretty excited about the whole just to have the opportunity as a senior to kind of go out in a little bit of a style. And he understandably knows his career is coming to an end as a Pacific Tiger and probably his career as a baseball player, but there are still probably going to be opportunities. He may join a semi-pro league or something like that, but that future rides on upon him as he goes throughout his career. For the Santa Clara Broncos, they are coming off a little bit of a tough stretch. They have not had a good recent favorable schedule. They took on Arizona on Monday the 1st and did lose 16-10. Then they took on the extremely tough and first place in the West Coast Conference team of BYU, getting swept by the Cougars. They did beat Pepperdine, however. They actually swept Pepperdine 8-6, 2-1, 8-2. That was a Friday, Saturday, Sunday series. That was at the end April. And for the Pacific Tigers, as we mentioned, just coming off of their last series was actually in Florida, as they were in Tallahassee taking on Florida State. And once again, still riding high off the victory, scoring. Mobius was scoring on that game-winning base hit, and we talked about this in the last broadcast that as far as the trip to Tallahassee, realistically, the Tigers probably could have come around with split of that series or possibly winning that series. Tigers led by head coach Mike New in his second season, and if you also were able to have a chance to talk or listen to what from the Stockton Record, what Thomas Lawrence had to say, he was basically talking about how the athletic director Ted Leland gave him an opportunity to really build a team, and the reality was that this team was going to have its learning curves, and so far, rightfully so. Some of the seniors are still kind of filtering through the system, but we are able to see a lot of talent coming through this, and the most notably, obviously, is the freshman James Free. And, of course, I've also talked a lot about the pitching matchups that have come through. The one kid that I'm extremely excited about, we may see him on Saturday, is going to be Ryan Shreve. But we'll see. We'll get you the potential starters for tomorrow here later on throughout the broadcast. The Tigers coming in at 16-30, while Santa Clara coming in at 11-35, excuse me. And they are both teams looking to end their season on a bit of a high note. About 5 minutes away from first pitch. Give you the once again in May, Santa Clara having their struggles and have been winless so far, albeit 4 games, taking on a Pacific Tigers team. Once again, both of them trying to look to get both of their ships righted to end the season. And we'll see on the mound, we'll see Justin Giovannoni for the Pacific Tigers. Giovannoni, the junior, 7.71 ERA, 3 appearances. This will be his first start of the season. And he's given up. Give you the because that did not sound right to me when I looked at it, and I apologize, I did not have that in front of me. But it's scheduled for Justin Giovannoni to be on the mound. And for Giovannoni, this is his 12th appearance, 4th start of the season, 27 total innings, and his biggest probably outing of the season was a couple of weeks back against Sac State, where he pitched 5 innings and put the Tigers in line for a win. Albeit that he did not come away with the win. 0-2 on the season with a 5.96 ERA. He'll be matched up by Grant Nishak, a 2-seam fastball, slider, curve, changeup. He's got a power sinker. His 3 main pitches will be the fastball, slider, and curve. He looks for grounders upon contact, 87 to 90 miles an hour, so not an overpowering pitcher, but does pitch to contact. And Grant Nishak, the freshman, 1-6 this season, with a 5.4 ERA through 58 in a third innings. He's given up 70 hits, 35 earned runs, while walking 29 and striking out 42. So he will surprise you with the strikeout, but he has about under 1 per inning. Going up against a very powerful Tigers lineup, where 4 of them are averaging around 300 in the batting average. We're just about the Broncos are taking the field, and once again they have about 4 or 5 different. Oh, that's actually kind of cute. The T-ball rattlers are running out onto the field, and they're probably, well, from my view, they look like ants compared to the college players, but they're all excited, jumping around, having a good old time. Going to go ahead and see some college level baseball. One of them has a long run to left field. I think he's actually stopped and just said, I'm going to walk. There he goes. He's picking it back up the pace again here. We're going to go ahead and step aside as the national anthem is about to take place.
At this time, ladies and gentlemen, we ask that you please rise and remove your caps and join our players, coaches, umpires, and little leaguers as we honor America with the singing of our national anthem, performed tonight by 2 members of the Bronco Kids Club, Sisters Amelia and Adina de la Hencia.
By the dawn's light, but so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last, whose bright stripes bloody stars through the perilous fight. For the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streamed, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave? Thank you.
A little bit of a thank you afterwards. That's always kind of cool. And they're standing right at the SC logo, and they gave a little bit of a wave to the press box, and they are heading back over towards the Santa Clara dugout, as well as the little kids that are the T-ballers. And like I said, those little legs are just chugging away, trying to get back on to their side of the field. But that's pretty cool. So back to the action here as we get you set up, ready to go here. We'll give you the outfield for the Santa Clara Broncos, starting from left to right. It'll be Tyler Meditz. In center field will be Andre Nebe, and then right field will be Matt Smithwick. On the infield from third base over to first, it'll be John Cresto at third. Shortstop Austin Fisher. At second, be Zach Walsh. And at first base, Jake Brott. The catcher will be Lucas Eliason. And once again on the mound, the two-seam fastballer Grant Nishak, a pitch-to-contact kind of pitcher. The freshman, as he's doing his warm-up pitches currently right now.
Introducing the starting batter once again for your Broncos, catching number 16, Lucas Eliason. And the starting pitcher tonight for your Broncos, number 55, Grant Nishak.
The Tigers are wearing their all-orange orange jerseys along with gray pants. They are the away team with Pacific across their chest. And a little bit of a different look. It was originally scheduled for Jimmy Boris. It'll be actually Keaton Glover, the freshman, as Nishak will set in. And Keaton Glover, a very good freshman defensive player, as that pitch is in there for a strike. First pitch at 6:02. So put Keaton Glover as the leadoff hitter for the Tigers, as he now looks at an 0-1 pitch, and quickly working away is Nishak, and that's low and outside, ball one. Nishak in towards the first base side of the mound, and as he deals the 1-1, and that is right at the thighs for strike two. So far, Keaton Glover not taking the bat off the shoulders. The Tigers' batting order will be obviously Keaton Glover leading off, and Tarantino will be following him, followed by Free at the third spot, and Ryan Schultz will be the cleanup hitter. Batting fifth will be Danny Mayer. Lucas Halstead will be batting sixth. Blake Berry is batting seventh. Preston Mobius getting back in the lineup will be at second base and batting eighth, and then followed by Kevin Sondry rounding up the batting order. Now the 1-2 pitch misses outside, so here's the 2-2, and a swing and a miss, strike three, the first out of the first inning for Nishak. Now bring up Matt Tarantino. Tarantino on the season, batting .296. Drove in one of those 3 runs on Tuesday night against the Aggies. So here's the first pitch to Tarantino. It's a shot right towards the shortstop, Fisher. He'll throw on the first, and that is out number 2. 6-3, and bring up James Free the second. Free batting .340 on the season, and since he's been in West Coast Conference play, he's absolutely loved it. Batting over .350 in the conference play. James Free, the switch hitting catcher, will come in from the left side. As Nishak looks in, he kind of playing more in the stretch roll as the first pitch is on the outside corner. A fastball hits for strike one. Free, the young freshman, looks in. Here's the 0-1, and that's well outside, ball one. And as we mentioned, as a personal side, I think that Free is due in for the running for freshman of the year or on the freshman team, as he leads the team with 12 home runs as the 1-1 goes inside and low, ball two. On deck will be Ryan Schultz. Schultz, the first baseman. With 44 RBIs. Here's the 2-1, and that's well outside, ball three. And understandably, the freshman on freshman matchup trying to stay away from Free. We're used to him. Here's the 3-1, and that is a shot into center field. Just racing back a couple of steps is Nebe, and he makes the catch for out number 3. So the Tigers go down 1-2-3. We'll head to the bottom of the first. No score on the Tiger Digital Network.
She's 16 years old, but she looks like she's 25, wearing a tight dress she'll rip off in a shady motel room. She thought this was the life she wanted. She got the money, the clothes, the attention from her pimp, but she also can't imagine living without prostitution. She doesn't think she's a victim. She thinks she's in control, but she can't leave. When she's no longer the sexy little girl they want, she may only see one way out. This girl lived here in Stockton. She's one of thousands of girls in the city who has been sex trafficked but doesn't see herself as a victim. Call the local Stockton Human Trafficking Hotline to report any tips at 209-948-1911. If you see anything, say something. You will be saving a life. And if you are this girl, there is hope. Call 209-948-1911. You are worth so much more.
Back here at Stephen Schott Stadium, Jeff Dominic along with you. Thank you all very much for joining us. As a quick 1-2-3 inning for the Tigers, and they are out there on the grass, and they will see the starting pitcher Justin Giovannoni. The
starting battery for Pacific.
lineup goes as follows. For the Santa Clara Broncos, it'll be John Cresto, Andre Nebe, Nico Holm, Jake Brott will be batting fourth in the cleanup hitter, Tyler Meditz, Matt Smithwick, Zach Walsh, Austin Fisher, and Lucas Eliason rounding up the batting order for the Santa Clara Broncos. On the mound, Justin Giovannoni, as he looks in from the windup. His first pitch by the junior is low for ball one to Cresto. Tigers in the outfield from left to right will be Blake Berry in left. Center field will be Keaton Glover. Right field, Danny Mayer, as the 1-0 is underway, and that is on the inside corner and misses for ball two. The 2-0. I thought he was going to be a little bit quicker in the set. Here's the 2-0. That is outside ball three. On the infield for the Tigers from at third base will be Kevin Sondry. He'll move back to third after a little bit of a stint over at second. The shortstop, Matt Tarantino. The second baseman, Preston Mobius. And at first, Ryan Schultz. And behind the plate, James Free. Here's the 3-0. In there for strike one. Taking all the way was Cresto. Tigers coming off that win on Tuesday, winning 3-2 in the bottom of the ninth inning against UC Davis. Here's that 3-1, and that is a foul back right at the Tigers, where the Tigers would have their where they were on the on-deck circle. It took me a second. I had to catch myself before I was almost caught me slipping, but. The right-handed pitcher versus the right-handed batter as Cresto steps in from the right side. Here's the 3-2, and that is outside. A leadoff walk by Giovannoni. It'll be Nebe stepping in, batting .305 on the season. Cresto does not steal very many bases. He's actually attempted 5 stolen bases. He's been caught 4 times. But on a team that like the Tigers that have given up a lot of stolen bases this season, might be a good opportunity here. As now Giovannoni now in the stretch is the first pitch, that's swing and a miss for strike one to Nebe. Nebe batting .305 with 3 home runs. He's driven in 21 Bronco base runners. As Giovannoni looks in from the stretch on the first base side. Here's the 0-1, and that's low and skipping in for ball one. So against Nebe, check the runner back at first. Back in time was Cresto. Once again, Cresto 1 stolen base this season. He's been caught 4 times. So far in the standings, BYU, Loyola Marymount, and Gonzaga and St. Mary's all in the running. The 1-1, a swing and a miss, strike 2. BYU, after that series sweep on the road here in Santa Clara, now at 18-4 in conference play, 30-15 overall against, and in Loyola Marymount 16-5. Gonzaga 15-6, and St. Mary's 14-8. Here's the 1-2, and that's outside. Gets away, skips over to Free. He'll throw on to second. Back in time, back over in second is Cresto, and it'll be a wild pitch, and puts Cresto in scoring position here early on. Giovannoni, an even 6 ERA, has walked 16 batters. This is actually his 17th walk. Here's the 2-2. Caught him looking for strike 3. Just at the knees, just a little above the knees, right on the outer half for strike 3. So Neve goes down, and that'll bring up Holm. Nico Holm, a junior, batting .292 on the season. He does have 2 home runs.
Batting third, designated hitter number 23, Nico Holm.
Nico Holm, the designated hitter. He digs in from the right side. Here's the first pitch by Giovannoni, and that skips towards to the plate, about a 58-foot changeup that just did not move, or just moved right into the ground for ball 1. And Giovannoni so far having to put Free. I don't think Free thought he was going to be having to punch in to work for this hard, but here so far here in the first inning, as Giovannoni looks back, the runner at second. But so far, we're at 12 pitches. So here's the 1-0. Once again, checking the runner back at second. Seems to be kind of focused on Cresto. And as we mentioned, Giovannoni, 27 innings pitched. He's a 1-0. Once again, that skips in the dirt. So here we are now with 13 pitches. As the crowd still filing in here. A beautiful stadium, Stephen Schott Stadium. We look at the 2-0. Giovannoni taking quite a bit of time. The outfield kind of shading a little bit to the left. Here's the 2-0, and that is a shot. Watch out over there as that skips back into the seats. It actually ricocheted off the wall a little bit and kind of went about to the 6th row. But a hot shot by Holm, and now it brings up the 2-1 pitch. Giovannoni still taking a look at Cresto. Here's the 2-1, and that is also fouled back behind Holm, and it'll be a 2-2 pitch coming up. A leadoff walk by Cresto. Cresto advances to second with a wild pitch, and then a strikeout look in by Neve puts us where we're at with 1 out. A fairly extended first inning for the Broncos. That's kind of Giovannoni's kind of motive here. Here's the 2-2. That's low and almost in the dirt as well to go to 3-2. On deck is Brott. Here's the full count, and that's also in the dirt, and that'll go to give a walk to Holm. So 2 walks so far. Taking a look over at head coach Mike New, and he's so far satisfied.
Batting fourth, first baseman number 30, Jake Brote.
And it's Brote. I apologize. I said Brot. It's Jake Brote. Batting .324 on the season. 3 home runs, 27 RBIs. He does have a stolen base. On the base pads, home at first, he does not have a stolen base. He has been caught 3 times, though. And Cresto at second, he does have a stolen base, but has been caught 4 times as well. Here's the first pitch, and that's low for ball 1. Here's the 1-0 by Giovanoni, and that is shot over towards the Tiger dugout once again, and that moves it to 1-1. Free will go ahead and have a little conversation. Or actually just flip the ball back to the Bronco dugout. Broncos are led by head coach Dan O'Brien, the associate head coach Gabe Rebus, assistant coaches Keith Beauregard and Steve Smith. The 1-1, a swing and a miss for strike 2. Only his 8th strike thrown. While the Tigers are led by head coach Mike New, assistant coaches Mike Rubenkamp and Noah Slater. The volunteer assistant coach Joe Slater. Tigers wearing the orange uniforms. Here's the 1-2, and that is swung on, and that looked like that one fouled off of Brote's body, and it'll stay 1-2. And home had a fairly good-sized lead, and actually was all the way towards second base when that actually was declared a foul. Justin Giovanoni, the junior, gets set. He looks at the runner in second. He throws, and that is a shot into left field. Looking up, and it's gone. A 3-run home run by Brote, and it is 3-0 Broncos. Off of a 1-2 pitch. And that's a tough way to start for the young junior.
Batting fifth, the left fielder, number 5.
And that brings up Tyler Meditz. There's the first pitch. Squaring around the bunt was Meditz coming in from the right side. Pulled it back, was still called for a strike to go to 0-1. Meditz batting .237, the left fielder. 0-1. And that is a shot down the left field line, called foul by the third base umpire, Will Thornwell. Umpires for the evening. Home plate umpire Eric Peterson. Mark Buchanan will be at first, and Will Thornwell, who we just talked about, he's standing over there at third. So here's the 0-2. A curveball that got him swinging, strike 3. To pull up the 6th batter of the evening, Matt Smithwick, batting .222 on the season. This is his 15th start. Smithwick, the sophomore from Danville, California. The first pitch he sees as he stepped in from the left side is low for ball 1. Giovannoni stepping back in. Here's the 1-0, and that's a swing and a miss. Strike one. Goes to 1-1. One outside to go to 2-1. Broncos leading 3-0 after 2 walks. The walk by Cresto to lead things off. Neve was struck out looking. The 2-1 gets fouled back to go to 2-2. Then I walk by home, and then Brote just jacked one down the left field line, but actually right over the SC logo in left field. Wind blowing out to left. That was a no-doubter. Here's the 2-2. And on the outside, just missing, ball 3. Giovannoni, from the junior from Stockton, California, went to Linden High School. Here's the 3-2, and that is a shot into left center field. Racing after it is Glover. He'll gather it, but it'll be off the wall. He'll throw into Tarantino, and a 2-out double puts another runner in scoring position for the Broncos. For Zach Walsh, the freshman.
Batting 7th, the second baseman, number 2, Zach Walsh.
Zach Walsh, the freshman from Cedar Park, Texas, the first pitch he looks at. He went around, tried to give a half-hearted swing as he wanted to pull it back to go strike one. Went to Vista Ridge. Right-handed batter, once again a freshman. The second baseman is a swing and a miss now to go to 0-2. Tigers will see the 4, 5, and 6 hitters will be Schultz, Mayer, and Halstead, the big boppers of the crew, and the 0-2 misses outside, go to 1-2. So Giovannoni checking in the runner at second. He sets in. Here's the 1-2. That just misses outside, right off the outside corner to go to 2-2. The 8th batter on deck will be Austin Fisher. Should Walsh be able to reach? Here's the 2-2, and that skips into the dirt and over Free's head. And another wild pitch moves Smithwick over to third. Second wild pitch of the evening for Giovannoni. And it moves it to 3-2 to Walsh. The 37th pitch of this inning, we're only in the bottom of the first, is on the way, and it's in the dirt, ball 4. So the third walk, and now we have runners on first and third for Fisher. That will be a conversation with Mike New as he's just wanting to have Giovannoni eat up some innings at this point. Once again, after 37 pitches, he got ahead of Walsh 0-2, and then just was unable to find the target to move it to 3-2, and then walked him in 4 straight. The home plate umpire, Eric Peterson, breaking things up Everyone goes back to their respective positions, and we get ready for this first pitch to
Batting eighth, the shortstop, number 11,
Austin Fisher. This is his 35th start of the season. 102 at bats. Has 20 hits, batting 196. A shortstop coming in from the right side batter's box, I should say. And Giovannoni once again in the stretch. Here's the first pitch to him, and that is low for ball one. So far, batting 196, has a couple doubles on the season, has 2 home runs. So a lot of pop in that for that shortstop. As the first pitch is swung on and hits, it actually hits Smithwick, but it was going to be called foul to go to 1-1. Austin Fisher, the junior for Santa Clara, from Dublin, California. 39th pitch on the way. A curveball that is right on the outside half for strike 2. On deck, Lucas Eliason. And Giovannoni just trying to get out of this inning. Here's the 1-2, and that goes low. And caught the runner at third trying to nap as he will head on to Sondri. Sondri will tag him out. A 2-5, excuse me. And I say 3 as it was third base, but it was 2-5, and that will end the inning. So a little bit of a defensive luck, and that ends the threat. Tigers coming up to bat, trailing 3-0 on the Tiger Digital Network.
San Francisco SPCA, a non-profit animals shelter which is to save and protect animals, provide care and treatment. In 2015, the live release rate for the entire city of San Francisco reached 93%. We imagine a community where every animal has a loving home, where animals don't need the support of San Francisco's rescues and shelters. The SFSPCA is an independent, local non-profit that receives no government funding and is not part of any national organization. We rely on your support. Come to join us. We can't do this without you. You can go to www.sfspca.org to donate or contact us 415-554-3000.
Top of the second inning, Broncos leading 3-0 over the Tigers after the 3-run home run by Brodt. Brodt had a 3-run home run after a leadoff walk by Cresto. A wild pitch moved him over to second. Giovannoni was able to strike out Nebe. Home drew a walk, and then that home run by Brodt is where our difference is. And it'll bring up Ryan Schultz. Schultz batting .290 on the season with 3 home runs as the first pitch misses low and outside for ball 1. Schultz, a College of Marin transfer, comes in. And his first pitch he sees is right up the middle for a base hit. So the Tigers getting their first base hit coming in here in the top of the second. San Francisco beat San Jose State today 15-0. St. Mary's beat Pepperdine in conference play 3-0. Currently right now, BYU, the conference leading BYU Cougars leading Portland Pilots 7-0. And San Diego leading 1-0 over Sacramento State. Gonzaga leading Loyola Marymount 1-0. Our game here, once again, Tigers trailing 3-0 over the Santa Clara Broncos. As Danny Mayer steps in, here's the first pitch, a curveball that goes low and outside, but he went swinging for strike 1. That has been Danny Mayer's downfall, is the curveball that just has not been able to focus on. As with the runner on first, the 0-1, a chopper over to the third baseman. He'll turn it to the second base, throw on to first, safe at first, but a fielder's choice, 5-4. That'll bring up Lucas Halstead, the designated hitter. Mayer was coming up to 239. He was right at sub 200 for a good portion of the season. Has had a good last few nights. Actually, in Florida State, he was actually averaging 429. So Mayer starting to hopefully bring back things to end his season for the Tigers. And here's Lucas Halstead as the first pitch he sees is a fastball on the outside corner that came back to go to 0-1. Halstead batting .221. For the bottom of the second, it'll be the bottom of the second will be the 8, 9, and 1. It'll be Fisher, Eliason, and Cresto. Nishak first pitch, the 0-1 he sees is down low and into the dirt. A great job by Eliason to keep that one in front of him. Taking a little bit of a lead is Danny Mayer. He's 1 for 3 on stolen bases. Not known for his speed, obviously, but known for his bat. Here's the 1-1, and that goes low and outside. A curveball that misses outside for ball 2. Blake Berry on deck. Should this inning get extended. Lucas Halstead with some home runs. Check the runner back at first. A snap throw by the catcher Eliason. Back in time was Mayer. The pitch goes 3-1. Lucas Halstead has 5 home runs on the season. Most of them coming in West Coast Conference play. One of them has not. So here's the 3-1 to Halstead by Nishak. And a swing and a miss. A little bit of a fastball that went right just below the letters, and Halstead went swinging away. Now a full count with 1 out and runner on first. That's Mayer as he reached on the fielder's choice. And that 3-2 misses inside, ball 4. That brings up Blake Berry. Berry, the left fielder in his senior year, batting .237 on the season.
Batting 7th, the left fielder, number 27.
And Berry with his 2 home runs on the season, 3 of his career coming in this season, his senior year. In 76 at-bats, he has 18 hits and driven in 8. Here's the first pitch by Nishak, and that is a chopper over the shortstop. He will gather it, flip on to second, throw on to first, and that is a twin-killing double play. A 6-4-3 to end the inning. So the Tigers get a couple on, but are unable to do anything with it, and we head to the bottom of the second inning. Santa Clara Broncos leading 3-0 over the Tigers on the Tiger Digital Network.
Eric Easy E. Wright, Irvin Magic Johnson. These are just 2 of the many people who could not escape the horrible disease known as HIV. AIDS.gov calculated that 1.2 million people in the U.S. are living with HIV, and 1 in every 8 of them don't even know that they are HIV positive. It is time for everyone to go to their local doctor and get tested. Let's do what we can to make sure we continue the fight against HIV, so that we are no longer hearing sounds like this.
I don't want to die yet!
But instead hearing sounds like this.
I love you, Daddy!
Listen to this message. Please don't ignore. go get tested, and the life you will save is yours.
Bottom of the second inning here. Broncos leading 3-0 over the Pacific Tigers. Jeff Dominic along with you. Thank you all very much for joining us here as we will see the 8, 9, and 1 hitters for the Broncos. It'll be Fisher, Eliason, and Cresto. Fisher did have was up to bat during that inning, but a good heads-up play by James Free and Sondry caught Smithwick in a pickle, and a tag out by Sondry ended the at-bat, moving Fisher to be able to lead off for the second. As his first pitch was swung on and fouled towards the Tiger dugout for 0-1. The 0-1 check swing. Strike called regardless by the home plate umpire Eric Peterson, and it goes to 0-2. So Giovannone coming in here for the second inning worth of work. Already threw 40. This will be actually his 44th pitch, and watch out because that went near the coconut to go to 1-2. Giovannone has definitely had some command issues today. And now looking in at a 1-2 pitch, and that is swung on towards the right field. Mayer has to run in a few steps. Goes to his right a little bit and makes the play. So 1 out here. Now I'll bring up Lucas Eliason, the junior, batting 180 on the season in his 19th start. Has scored 5 runs in 61 at-bats, has had 11 hits, 4 doubles, and 1 home run.
Catcher, number 16, Lucas Eliason.
For Jake Brodt, that was his 4th home run, and RBIs 28, 29, and 30 as that first pitch misses for ball 1. The 1-0 by Giovannone is also low and outside, ball 2. Eliason, his junior year. Here's the 2-0, and that one is on the inner half for strike 1, a fastball. For Eliason, also a right-handed pitcher, is swing and a miss by Eliason. It's actually, that one looked like that actually foul tipped to go to 2-2. Eliason, the junior from Redmond, Washington. 6'4", 195 pounds. To 2-2, and that hit him. So now a runner on first. It's kind of nice to see the bullpens. We're used to the home confines of Klein Family Field, and they're all the way usually in the far back corners where we can't really see them too much. We can see if someone's working, but
third baseman John Cresto.
Looks like this the whole bullpen is all the way in the outfield. I'm gonna double check on that because there's also a little spot here towards the behind the dugouts for the pitchers. The first pitch to Cresto skips away and actually kind of went right in front of Free, and it'll go to 1-0. But it is always got to get used to the ballparks, and did a little bit of a tour and kind of walked around and wasn't 100% positive on where everything goes. Cresto, the third baseman, sophomore from Encinitas, California, went to Cathedral Catholic High School. As the 1-0 is swung on, chopped over to the third baseman, Sondry. He'll throw on to second, on to first, and that is out number 3. So a 5-4-3, around the horn we go, and that ends the inning. So the Broncos are able to get 1 on, but are unable to capitalize. We head to the top of the third. Tigers trail 3-0 on the Tiger Digital Network.
Statistics show that there are more than 500,000 homeless people in the United States. 500,000 who will not have a roof over their heads, not have a warm bed to fall asleep in, and not know where their next meal will come from. Over 2,000 of them live in our backyard of the greater Stockton area in San Joaquin County. Few are aware of their struggles. The Pi Kappa Alpha fraternity at the University of the Pacific and Stockton Mayor Michael Tubbs will be holding a homelessness awareness event from April 12th through the 14th. During this time, the men of Pike will be experiencing the life of a homeless person by sleeping outdoors, only receiving food by donation, and raising money for local shelters and food banks. Mayor Tubbs will be speaking to the school and addressing this issue of homelessness in Stockton. Donations can be made to Pike's Hit of Reality through check, cash, and card. Every dollar raised will go back into your Stockton community so that someone will know that they won't be falling asleep hungry tonight. This message is brought to you by the Pi Kappa Alpha fraternity, Kappa Nu chapter, and Pacific Tiger Radio.
The 8, 9, and 1 batters for the Pacific Tigers will be Mobius, Sondry, and Glover as the Tigers trail 3-0 here at Stephen Schott Stadium. The Broncos leading 3-0 off the 3-run home run by Jake Brodt. Preston Mobius scored that game-winning run in the 9th inning against UC Davis.
Leading off the 3rd inning for Pacific, second baseman number 44, Preston
Actually,
Mobius.
and Sondry was actually the one that helped him move that far, as he had a base hit and advance on a throw as the first pitch to Mobius is right at the knees for strike one. Sondry moved over to second, and Jimmy Boris went the other way for that game-winning base hit down the left field line. Here's the 0-1, a chopper over towards the third baseman, and it goes into the dirt, skips away, will head into second is Mobius. As that actually skips away, it'll be an error on Cresto on the throw. So E5 puts Mobius to second, and I'm kind of surprised because the second baseman who was covering on the play, Walsh, I thought he had an opportunity to throw out Mobius, but did not make the throw. And now runners in scoring position for Kevin Sondry. Kevin Sondry coming in at .295 in his sophomore year. First pitch to him is swing and a miss for strike one. For Sondry, normally the leadoff hitter, has moved down to the 9 spot, probably is used as a secondary leadoff hitter. Four stolen bases on the season. Has struck out 22 times. Here's the 0-1, and that is low, ball one. To go to 1-1. Sondry from De La Salle High School. 43 hits in 146 at-bats, driven in 13, and has an opportunity to drive in one here. With the runner on second. On deck, Keaton Glover. Glover, a very prospective defensive defender, as the 0-1 is lifted foul towards the first baseman. Making the catch is the first baseman, Brodt, and that is out number one in foul territory. Now to bring up Keaton Glover, the freshman. Struck out in the first inning, batting .159 on the season. Glover, a great defender in the outfield, had that one mistake against Penn State, and since then really has buckled down. Here's the first pitch to him, and that is outside, ball one. Glover from Chandler, Arizona. Obviously, I would assume, of course, he's probably used to it by now, but probably enjoying this kind of weather up here in California, and might be even a little cold. Right now, they were showing Chandler, Arizona, I believe it was up in the closer to 100 degrees. Check the runner back at second was Mobius, and back in time as the second baseman, Walsh, applied the tag. 3-0 Santa Clara leading off that 3-run home run by Broad. That was in the first inning. Tigers just looking to get one back with one away here. Here's the 1-0. A swing and a miss by Keaton Glover. Goes to 1-1. On deck, Matt Tarantino. We're in the top of the third. Tigers trailing 3-0. And here's the 1-1 by the right-handed pitcher Nishak. That is outside, ball 2. Grant Nishak, 5.40 ERA, 1-6 on the season. This is his 11th start. The freshman. Freshman, 6'4", 200 pounds from West Hills, California, as that is fouled back to go to 2-2. "6'4", 200-pound freshman. So far through 2 1/3, 1 hit, 1 walk, and 1 strikeout in the 9 batters he's faced. This will be actually pitch number 30 as the, excuse me, that is not pitch number 30, but that is a called strike. I believe that was 32. Was 32 on him on the pitch count. Second strikeout on Glover. Matt Tarantino will try and extend this inning with Preston Mobius still on second after that leadoff error. By Cresto, that was the error by. And so the first pitch setting outside was Eliason, and that's where Nishak put it, was well outside for ball 1. Tarantino has really toned down his aggressiveness at the plate in certain situations. Grounded out to the shortstop in the first. Here's the 1-0, and that is lifted into center field. Racing after it is Nebe. He'll look up, and it's out of here. Matt Tarantino with his 7th home run on the season, his 25th and 26th RBI, and the Tigers cut into the lead. It's 3-2 in favor of the Broncos. Tarantino lifted that one all the way into left center field, and that went right over the scoreboard there. And for the Tigers, a big couple of runs that were needed.
Catcher James Free.
And brings up James Free. Free flew out to center field, so with 2 outs here. Here's the first pitch to Free. That's outside, ball 1. Free was able to get a 3-1 count in the first inning and then turned on one up towards the center fielder, Nebe, and Nebe made a great running catch as that 1-0 is down the left field line and foul. Even up the count 1-1. The 1-1 to Free, and that is also fouled back to go 1-2. "12 home runs, leads the team in home runs." As he looks at a 1-2 pitch, and that's outside, ball 2. As he looks in, here's a 2-2, and that's low, ball 3. So full count payoff pitch, and that is swing and a miss, strike 3, and that ends the inning. So the Tigers get 2 off the home run by Matt Tarantino. We head to the bottom of the third. Tigers trail 3-2 on the Tiger Digital Network.
There was one error. No runners.
Thousands of cats and dogs each year are housed in animal shelters. Local volunteers and workers help to give these poor animals a second chance. But they can't do it alone. Please go down to your local shelter today to volunteer, donate, or adopt. Your support can help end the 4 million euthanations performed each year on animals. Please help. Give a little to save a lot of life. For more information, visit us at www.humanesociety.org.
Bottom of the third inning here at Stephen Schott Stadium. Tigers trailing 3-2. Jeff Domick along with you. Thank you all very much. And I was kind of stuck with the PA announcer as he was announcing what the gift giveaway, as it was you had to show an Instagram app, and I want to say that probably 2/3 of the stadium just ran over to the booth to claim a prize. But
the center fielder, Andre.
We'll see the 2, 3, and 4 hitters for the Broncos. It'll be Neve, Holm, and Brote. Brote, of course, hit that home run that gave the Broncos the lead. It was a 3-run home run over the left field wall. Neve struck out looking in the first. So here's the 0-1, and that hits Neve, and now the second hit batter. He hit Eliason in the second inning with one away, and now to lead everything off, he hits Neve in the side.
Now batting the designated hitter, Nico Holm.
And I'll bring up Nico Holm, batting .292. Walked in the first. He later scored off that home run by Brote. Squaring around his home, he's going to pull it back and called for strike to go to 0-1. Fastball on the outer corner. Holm was squaring around the bunt once again, but pulled it back, still called strike by home plate Eric Peterson. This time with the bat on the shoulder, squaring around, runner goes, throw on to second. And they're going to say he's safe. I thought Mobius had a hold of that ball and caught him the whole time. And Mobius will throw it back. The third base umpire was over towards the second base side, Will Thornwell. So that was questionable, but now there's a runner in scoring position off of the stolen base by Neve. That pitch misses to go to 2-1. On deck is Brote. Once again, Brote had that home run that drove in 3. Here's the 2-1 by Giovannoni, and that misses ball 3. So it'll be a 3-1 count coming up. With now a runner on second. Giovanoni, here's the 3-1. And that hits him. Runner's heading off to third, but he's going to go back to second after the walk. Regardless if it would have been a walk or a hit batter, I think it's going to be a hit batter. I'm going to wait just to make sure. As Jake Brote will step in, coming in from the right-handed batter's box. And he was hit by a pitch, so the second hit batter. So 3 straight hit batters at this point now, or excuse me, there's 3 out of 4. Jake Brote stepping in. Had the 3 home run down the left side. Here's the first pitch. He went around for strike 1, was unable to hold up. Giovanoni was able to get ahead of Brote on a 1-2 pitch. He left one up, and Brote just knocked it over the Santa Clara sign over there in left field. Tigers playing in the double play depth as the 0-1 move it to 1-1. Shadows are starting to creep over as they pretty much engulfed the right field line and are starting to creep up from right to left. There's the 1-1. There's a shot into left field. Racing after it is Barry. He'll reach up, make the catch. So he only had to take a few steps, but another solid contact by Brote. Be out number 1. Hit well, but pretty much right at Barry as he had to take roughly 2 to 3 steps towards his right and backwards for out number 1. I'll bring up Tyler Meditz. Meditz struck out in the first on 3 straight strikes. Now with a couple of runners on and only 1 out. First pitch is in the dirt. Taking a few steps to his right was Neve. Neve has 10 stolen bases on the season and only been caught twice. So exceptional speed. Meditz batting .294. Has a triple, 5 home runs. The 1-0 misses low for ball 2. So Giovanoni, here he is with 2-0, and that is fouled off the body of Meditz to go to 2-1. For Giovanoni, he would almost assume that his pitch count is already up high, so he may be on a fairly short leash. He's already at 66 pitches. We're only through 3. So Giovanoni looks in. Here's the 2-1, and that's on the outside corner for strike 2. So we go to 2-2 to the outfielder Tyler Meditz, the senior from Honolulu, Hawaii. Meditz stepping back in the right side batter's box. Infield playing double play depth. Sondri playing fairly well. Both runners go, and it's fouled back. Both runners will have to go back. So Giovanoni will try this once again with the 2-2. Tigers first baseman Schultz, he's playing, not even holding on the runner at first. There's the 2-2, and that is just chopped foul as Meditz was pretty much out on his front foot and just able to make just enough contact to foul it back. Sometimes that's what you need, though, in order to make it a good inning for yourself. As Tyler Meditz has been able to stay alive, and this will be pitch number 7. Number 6. And that is caught him looking for strike 3. Second time Meditz has been retired on strikes, and that brings up the last chance with 2 away will be Smithwick. Shouldn't say the last chance. That's bad omen. Right fielder had a double in the first and went to third on a wild pitch, and then got a little bit too excited as he started to charge for home plate. Thought that the wild pitch got away from free, snap throw to third, and then that was pretty much what retired Smithwick, as the first pitch misses or swings away was Smithwick to go to 0-1. A pitch that probably would have been ball one if Smithwick would have held up. So 2 straight hit by pitches, and then a fly out to left and a strikeout looking puts Giovannone in a spot to get out of this inning unscathed. Here's the 0-1, and that is on the outside corner. Strike 2 called. So pitch number 72 coming up for Giovannone. Here's the 0-2, and that's low and in the dirt. Runner goes, throw down to third, makes the tag, got him at third, and that will end the inning. So the Broncos were able to get 2 on, and after a strikeout, a fly out, and now caught stealing. Well, I wouldn't say that was caught stealing, but a caught on the advance on the throw, or on the pitch in the dirt. James Freed throws out Neve, and we head to the top of the 4th. Tigers trail 3-2 on the Tiger Digital Network.
She's 16 years old, but she looks like she's 25, wearing a tight dress she'll rip off in a shady motel room. She thought this was the life she wanted. She got the money, the clothes, the attention from her pimp, but she also can't imagine living without prostitution. She doesn't think she's a victim. She thinks she's in control, but she can't leave. When she's no longer the sexy little girl they want, she may only see one way out. This girl lived here in Stockton. She's one of thousands of girls in the city who has been sex trafficked but doesn't see herself as a victim. Call the local Stockton Human Trafficking Hotline to report any tips at 209-948-1911. If you see anything, say something. You will be saving a life. And if you are this girl, there is hope. Call 209-948-1911. You are worth so much more.
Top of 4th inning here at Todd Stadium. Jeff Dominic along with you. Thank you all very much for joining us here as the Tigers trail 3-2. We'll see the 4, 5, and 6 hitters. It'll be Schultz, Mayer, and Halstead, with Nishak getting into his 4th inning worth of work. Nishak so far 3 innings, 2 hits, 2 runs. None of those runs being earned as the first pitch is fouled back, and we will have to watch out here as that hits off the screen and will bounce back into the stadium or into the to the seats here, excuse me. And it goes to 0-1. Schultz had the first base hit for the Tigers. He had the base hit to lead off the second. Was thrown out on a fielder's choice, as here's the 0-1, and that is a swing and a miss. Goes to strike 2. Goes to 0-2. Schultz with 294, 50 hits and 170 at-bats. 1 triple for the big fella. Has struck out 44 times, has 29 RBIs, 3 home runs on the season as well. As the 0-2 just misses up high and outside, ball 1. Go to 1-2. Tigers were able to get 2 runs back in the last inning as Mobius reached on an error. Here's the 1-2. And just missing outside. Go to 2-2, and that was a good pitch there by Nishak. Did not get the favorable call as it missed the outside half by a couple inches, but that was a good pitch. 2-2 is underway by Nishak, and a chopper over towards the third base side, which will go foul, more towards the Tiger dugout. Remains at 2-2. Schultz was able to reach first and then grounded out to the fielder's choice by Mayer. Mayer standing on deck. Looking in a 2-2 pitch by Nishak, and a swing and a miss in the dirt, so they'll have to throw him out. And Eliason does so. It goes 3-2 or 2-3 for strike one. Gonna bring up Danny Mayer. Mayer reached on the fielder's choice. Went to second on the walk after by Halstead. And then a 6-4-3 by Blake Berry kind of ended everything.
Right fielder, Danny Mayer.
Decent crowd out here for Friday Night Baseball. Looks in for Danny Mayer. And that's a curveball, and Danny Mayer has to kind of scoot out of the way. Danny Mayer was originally scouted as a pitcher. And sure glad he decided to pick the outfield because we love seeing him at bat. Here's the 1-0, and that is lifted high up in the infield. The first baseman, Brodt, will come over there. He'll make the catch, and that is out number 2. So the Broncos looking to get a 1-2-3 inning. They will have to worry about Lucas Halstead up first. As he will try and extend this inning. Halstead reached on a walk. So no one on here with 2 outs. And it'll be Lucas Halstead as the first pitch is away, and it goes towards me. And it's fouled away. Go to 0-1. It literally went right to my eyes. So Nishak working quickly. He's through. This is his 50th pitch. And there's a shot down the right field line, and it'll be popped up towards the first base side. Brodt will take it away, and he actually gets called off by Walsh for out number 3. So 2 flyouts and a strikeout in the inning for the Tigers. We head to the bottom of the 4th. Broncos lead 3-2 on the Tiger Digital Network.
San Francisco SPCA, a non-profit animals shelter which is to save and protect animals, provide care and treatment. In 2015, the live release rate for the entire city of San Francisco reached 93%. We imagine a community where every animal has a loving home, where animals don't need the support of San Francisco's rescues and shelters. The SFSPCA is an independent, local non-profit that receives no government funding and is not part of any national organization. We rely on your support. Come to join us. We can't do this without you. You can go to www.sfspca.org to donate or contact us 415-554-3000.
Benoni will come in for his fourth inning worth of work as he's pitched quite a few innings. He'll see the 6, 7, and 8 hitters. It'll be Smithwick, Walsh, and Fisher. So far through 3 innings, he's given up 2 hits, 3 runs. Those 3 runs will all be earned after that 3-run home run. He's walked 3, hit 2, and struck out 3. First pitch to Smithwick is a swing and a miss for strike 1. Smithwick was in the 3rd inning, was up to bat, but they're calling it a caught stealing 2-5 by Nebe. And after the throw by Free, it put put Neve out and ended the inning, putting Smithwick up to bat. Pitch misses outside low for ball one. Go to 1-1. Smithwick, the right fielder, sophomore, as the 1-1 is a swing and a miss, strike two. Smithwick had a double. And Giovanoni has been, I guess we could put it as effectively wild as a 1-2 as a swing and just fouling it off with Smithwick. He's hit actually three. I said two. He hit three different batters, and actually two of those three hit batters were in the third inning as he led off the inning hitting Nebe with the first pitch. And then he hit home on a 3-1 pitch. They fly out to the left fielder. Strikeout looking to Meditz as the 1-2 misses outside, ball two. And then Nebe tried to take third on a pitch that was in the ground, and a great job by Free to throw him out and go to 2-5 to end the inning. So a wild third inning, wild second inning. It's been an interesting start for Giovanoni as the 2-2 almost going around with Smithwick and moves it to a full count. Smithwick had a double in the first and then got caught leaning a little too far after a wild pitch. Here's the playoff pitch and a swing and a miss, strike three. And a one out here for Walsh. Walsh walked in the first. Zach Walsh, the freshman. Steps in from coming in from the right side, or the right side hitter's batter's box. There's the first pitch. A shot towards left field, and that will get down. Blake Berry will be on the run, and so will Walsh. And running back to first is Walsh, and a base hit with one out here. The third base hit for the Broncos.
Shortstop, Austin Fisher.
That brings up Austin Fisher. Fisher flew out to right to start the second inning, and it looked like it was going to be another tough inning for Giovanoni after a hit by a batter after following him, and then a 5-4-3 double play ended it. So a quick second, but Tigers trailing 3-2 here. For Austin Fisher, the shortstop, batting 194. With one out, check the runner back at first. Walsh has no stolen bases on the season. He's been caught twice. Tigers, we'll see the 7, 8, 9 hitters. We'll see the bottom half or bottom third of the order be Barry, Mobius, and Sondry. That'll be in the fifth. First pitch to Fisher on the outside corner to go to 0-1. Fisher, a 5'8 junior from Dublin, California. 5'8", 170. The 0-2 is a shot down the left field line. That will land for a base hit. Barry will gather it. He'll throw on to get in the infield. And there are runners on first and second. Walsh made a wide turn, but quickly scampered back after a good relay throw that started off by Barry. Tarantino might have gotten him if Walsh would have pushed it. Brings up Lucas Eliason. He was hit by a pitch in the second on a 2-2. There's the 83rd pitch of the night. Before that, he will check the runner back at second. Walsh. And now that will actually do it for Giovanoni. So we'll give you Giovanoni's numbers, and he's still responsible for the runners on first and second, but that ends it. And we will go ahead and step aside here in the bottom of the fourth with the Broncos leading 3-2 and threatening here with runners on the Tiger Digital Network.
Statistics show that there are more than 500,000 homeless people in the United States. 500,000 who will not have a roof over their heads, not have a warm bed to fall asleep in, and not know where their next meal will come from. Over 2,000 of them live in our backyard of the greater Stockton area in San Joaquin County. Few are aware of their struggles. The Pi Kappa Alpha fraternity at the University of the Pacific and Stockton Mayor Michael Tubbs will be holding a homelessness awareness event from April 12th through the 14th. During this time, the men of Pike will be experiencing the life of a homeless person by sleeping outdoors, only receiving food by donation, and raising money for local shelters and food banks. Mayor Tubbs will be speaking to the school and addressing this issue of homelessness in Stockton. Donations can be made to Pike's Hit of Reality through check, cash, and card. Every dollar raised will go back into your Stockton community so that someone will know that they won't be falling asleep hungry tonight. This message is brought to you by the Pi Kappa Alpha fraternity, Kappa Nu Chapter, and Pacific Tiger Radio.
Thousands of cats and dogs each year are housed in animal shelters. Local volunteers and workers help to give these poor animals a second chance. But they can't do it alone. Please go down to your local shelter today to volunteer, donate, or adopt. Your support can help end the 4 million euthanations performed each year on animals. Please help. Give a little to save a lot of life. For more information, visit us at www.humanesociety.org.
Pitching change for the Tigers is it'll be Miles Haddad, the senior, coming in to hopefully give a little relief for Justin Giovanoni. Giovanoni's night is done. He is responsible for the runners on first and second, but
Number 2, Miles Haddad.
Miles Haddad will come in and try and end this threat. The senior from Burbank, California. Bring in Lucas Eliason. Eliason was stepping in to go on against Giovanoni, but after back-to-back rocket base hits to left field, that ended the night for Giovanoni. So the book's not closed on Giovanoni just yet, but he no longer has a decision on what happens here as the first pitch is low and outside, ball 1 to Eliason. The 1-0 pitch with one away as Giovanoni was able to get Smithwick on strikes on a full count. Gives it to Haddad. Haddad wanted to get the runner at second, but no one was covering. Mobius was the first one to try and cover over there. Walsh dove back, but by then it was already okay as nobody was able to cover second. On deck is Cresto. Should this inning get extended, the defense is playing double play. The center fielder check swinging was Eliason, but the home plate umpire, Eric Peterson, said he went around, and that's strike 1. Actually, I think he would have called that a strike either way. He didn't go all the way around. I think that was going to be a good check swing by Eliason. It was a strike nevertheless. The center fielder, Keaton Glover, he's shaded a little to his left. Almost straight away, but still a little to his left. Here's the 1-1, and a swing and foul back was Eliason. Moves it to 1-2. Eliason, the junior catcher for the Broncos, steps in. Haddad from the first base side of the mound. Looks in, comes in from the stretch. Here's the 1-2. Side armor chopped over to the shortstop, Sondre. He only plays at first. He'll throw on to first, and that is out number 2. Both runners will move up for Cresto. John Cresto, 0 for 1. He walked in the first, wound up scoring that run in the first after that 3-run home run by Brodt, and then he grounded out to a 5-4-3 double play in the second. Now with 2 runners on, both runners in scoring position, you'll think that any base hit to the outfield, will be sending both in an attempt to score. Tigers trailing 3-2 to the Broncos. 3 runs, 4 hits, 1 error for the Broncos, while the Tigers 2 runs on 2 hits, no errors, 1 left on for the Tigers. The first pitch is just outside for ball 1. Miles Haddad, the side armor for the Tigers. For the Broncos, they've got 2 left on. Looking at a 1-0 to Cresto. Cresto has 10 home runs on the season with 24 RBIs. Here's the 1-0, and a shot down the left field line. That'll just go foul. That was probably about 1.5 to 2 feet from going fair. Nevertheless, it's just all it is just a strike. So it goes to 1-1 with 2 outs. And James Free's going to have a little conversation. Broncos wearing the black jerseys, white pants, say Broncos across their chest. Tigers wearing the orange away jerseys with gray pants, says Pacific across their chest. Free has finished off his meeting on the mound, and Haddad will step in from the right side and the stretch. Here's the 1-1, and there's a shot towards to Sondre. Sondre will throw on to first, 1 hopper, and it will end the inning. A great job by Schultz to pull it out of there, and a 5-3 throw out, and that ends the inning. So the Broncos get 2 on after 1 out, unsuccessful, and we head to the top of the 5th. Tigers coming up, trailing 3-2 on the Tiger Digital Network.
Eric Easy E. Wright, Irvin Magic Johnson. These are just 2 of the many people who could not escape the horrible disease known as HIV. AIDS.gov calculated that 1.2 million people in the U.S. are living with HIV, and 1 in every 8 of them don't even know that they are HIV positive. It is time for everyone to go to their local doctor and get tested. Let's do what we can to make sure we continue the fight against HIV, so that we are no longer hearing sounds like this.
I don't want to die yet!
But instead hearing sounds like this.
I love you, Daddy!
Listen to this message. Please don't ignore. Go get tested, and the life you will save is yours.
Back here at Stephen Schott Stadium as the Tigers trailing 3-2 to the Santa Clara Broncos. Jeff Dumick along with you. Thank you all very much for joining us as the 3-run home run by Jake Brodt. That was in the first inning. Tarantino answered with a home run of his own, and that was in the 3rd. So Tigers are able to inch back in this game as the first pitch to Blake Berry is called for a strike. The senior left fielder, Blake Berry, 0 for 1. He grounded out to a double play in the second. It was a 6-4-3 as the set 0-1 pitch is in there for strike 2. So Nishak is working quickly as he did in the first, and then kind of slowed things down in the middle couple innings, second and third, as the 0-2 is in the dirt and flicks away and actually heads over towards Mobius, who's standing over there in the on deck circle. It'll be Barry Mobius and Sondre the bottom third of the batting order here in the top of the fifth. Here's the 1-2, and that's outside, ball 2. Give you some scores here in a minute as the 2-2 is caught him looking on the outside corner. Looked like a breaking ball or a changeup that just kept right on the outside corner for strike 3. Brings up Preston Mobius. We'll get his
Preston Mobius.
Get him up here in just a moment. Working quickly as Nishak, and the first pitch he sees throws to Mobius is down low for ball 1. The 1-0. Over to the shortstop, throw on to first, and there are 2 down. San Francisco beat San Jose State today 15-0. St. Mary's beat Pepperdine in West Coast Conference play 3-0. BYU beating Portland 10-3. San Diego is beating Sacramento State 3-2.
Third baseman Kevin Sondry.
Kevin Sondry steps in from the right side, from right batter's box. The first pitch he sees is on the inside corner, ball 1, just missing. It actually went kind of on the fist. The 1-0 over to Sondry, and that's fouled off of him, and he actually goes down to a knee to go to 1-1. Nishak's line so far, 4 2/3, 2 hits, 2 runs. Those runs not being earned. 1 walk, and has struck out 5 Tiger batters. The 1-1 to Sondry, and that is lifted right behind us, and it'll go to 1-2. And you can hear that loud bang. Was probably about in section 11, so it's probably pretty much the section right next to us. The 1-2, that's outside, ball 2. Broncos looking to get another 1-2-3 inning. Here's the 2-2, and that's lifted behind us to go stay at 2-2. Nishak has retired the last 6 and looking for his last 7th. After that, giving up that home run to Tarantino. He struck out Free and then struck out Schultz to begin the 4th inning. Couple of pop-outs, and actually 3 strikeouts in as many innings. So here's the 2-2 once again, and that's up high, and it goes to 3-2. A full count coming up to Sondry. On deck is Keaton Glover. (3-2) on the way, and that's a hit over towards Cresto. Cresto gathers it up a third, throw on to first, and that'll end the inning. So the Tigers go down 1-2-3, and we head to the bottom of the 5th. Broncos lead 3-2 over the Tigers on the Tiger Digital Network.
That's the Big Dipper over there, and there's the Little Dipper.
Rub the balloon on your head like this, and then it'll stick to the wall.
Brown shoes, brown belt. Black shoes, black belt.
Pucker your lips, leave a little hole like this, blow out, and that's how you whistle.
And that's why radios don't go near the bathtub.
Glasses, you idiot!
Remember, you're always teaching. Teach carefully. React with rage, and kids will learn it's okay to do the same. Keep your cool, and kids will do likewise. For a few quick pointers, visit actagainstviolence.org or call 877-ACT-WISE for a free brochure.
Well, a cow pie really isn't a pie.
Brought to you by MetLife Foundation, National Association for the Education of Young Children, and the Ad Council.
New pitcher on the mound for the Tigers, and that's going to be right-handed pitcher freshman Ryan Shreve, which will end the rest of the night, not only for Miles Haddad, but we'll also end the night for Justin Giovannoni. Give you, I think that if you're Giovannoni, you owe Miles Haddad a nice little dinner tonight or something, because he came in with 2 on and only 1 out and was able to shut down the threat by Santa Clara. For Giovannoni, 3 1/3, 4 hits, 3 runs. Those runs all being earned. 3 walks, 4 strikeouts, 2 wild pitches, and has hit and also hit 3 Bronco batters. So unfortunately, he was exceptionally wild, and after 82 pitches, very uncharacteristic of Giovannoni, as he was starting to kind of buckle down in his junior year. And we will now make way for a
leading off for the Broncos, center fielder,
fairly talented Ryan Shreve. He will see the 2, 3, 4 hitters. It'll be Neve, Holm, and Broad. First pitch by Shreve is swung on and missed. Go to 0-1. Neve was struck out in the first. He was hit by a pitch in the third. 0-1 delivered, and it is misses outside. Ball 1. He was hit by a pitch. He stole second, and then was caught. They put it as caught stealing 2-5, as the 0-1 is lifted into right field. Glover making a long run and makes the catch. On the run was Keaton Glover. And as we mentioned, Keaton Glover, a very talented defensive shortstop or center fielder, and the freshman makes the catch. And now with 1 away, brings up Holm. Nico Holm has reached base twice. No official at bat listed, but he has walked in the first and hit by a pitch in the third. He did score on that 3-run home run in the first. First pitch by Shreve is up high for ball 1 and a little inside. The 1-0 by the quick action Shreve. It goes to 2-0 as that one's up high. Another fastball. Shreve, the right-handed pitcher, freshman from Sherman Oaks, California, comes in from the windup. Standing on the first base side of the mound. Here's the 2-0, and that is right at the above the knees for strike 1. Holm was also hit by a pitch in the third. One of the first 2 hit by pitches. He followed a hit. He got hit after Neve got hit. As the 2-1 is chopped over to Mobius, he will he'll corral it after 2 hops and throw on to first. Out number 2. And Shreve is not known for his strikeout pitch, but I think that being a freshman in the opportunities he gets, that will come. He's 1-5 on the season, 46 innings pitched. He's given up 50 hits, 32 earned runs. He's 1-5. He's walked 23 and struck out 24. As Jake Broat steps in from the right side batter's box. Right-hand pitcher throws outside and low, ball 1. Broad is the cause of the Broncos' lead, as he had that 3-run home run in the first, and that's where our score kind of stands. Is it's 3-2, as the 1-0 misses outside, about the same area to go to 2-0. On deck will be Tyler Meditz, who has struck out twice tonight. The shadows have pretty much engulfed the entire field. Here's the 2-0, a swing and a miss, strike 1. The only place it's not, the sun is still kind of covering, is the Santa Clara sign in left field, and that would probably be a little bit difficult for Blake Berry, as he would probably be the only one looking into that sun. Here's the 2-1, and a swing and a miss, strike 2. He went down to 1 knee, did Broat, on that swing. Broat 1 for 2. He flew out to left field on a well-hit ball to left field. just happened to find Blake Berry standing there. The 2-2 is lifted into left field. Looking up is Berry, and that is his second home run by Jake Broad, and it is now 4-2 Broncos. Fourth RBI of the night. 31st RBI of his season. Now the Tigers trail 4-2.
Left fielder, Tyler Meditz.
Tyler Meditz struck out twice. He got caught looking in the third and struck out swinging in the first. First pitch by Shreve is outside for ball one. The 1-0 misses outside, ball two. Broth, the junior from Huntington Beach, California. Here's the 2-0. A swing and a miss, strike one. We're in the bottom of the fifth. The 2-0 gets up high and inside for ball three to Meditz. Tigers trailing 4-2 over the Broncos. That lead just got extended by Jake Broth's solo shot over the left field wall. 3-1 is called for a strike as Meditz was on his way to first. He'll have to kind of take a few steps back and wait for this full count pitch. So Shreve was looking to get a 1-2-3 inning after the fly out to the center field, well, more to the right center field, but a fly out to the center fielder, and then the ground out as the full count is chopped foul. It'll remain 3-2. And then that home run by Broad on a 2-2 pitch. And Broad just connected to it. It was a good pitch. It just missed, I would say missed a little bit on the inside, but it was in the wheelhouse of Broad. And Broad made the young freshman pay. Here's the full count, the payoff pitch. And that is up high, ball four. We'll bring up Matt Smithwick. Smithwick had a double and got caught getting a little excited in the first as he got thrown out on a wild pitch. Then 5-3.
Right fielder, Matt Smithwick.
Excuse me, that's not correct. That is 2-3. 2-5, I should say. Runners check back at first. Smithwick coming in from the left batter's box. Check the runner back once again. Tigers trailing 4-2 here in the bottom of the fifth. Top of the sixth, we'll see the top of the batting order. It'll be Glover, Tarantino, and Free. The first pitch is underway on the outside corner, strike one to Smithwick. Smithwick 1 for 2, struck out in the fourth inning to lead off the fourth inning. Looking at a 1-1 pitch here. Excuse me, an 0-1 pitch here. That's outside. Snap throw back to first. Back in time was Meditz. And it'll be 1-1. Meditz has 6 stolen bases on the season. He's 6 for 9. The 1-1 is low and outside, ball 2. On deck will be Walsh. Zach Walsh. Schultz holding the runner on at first. Tigers outfield all the way, playing straight away. Mobius standing kind of in between the first and second base, more towards the second base side, but almost on the outfield grass, about 2 steps inwards from the infield grass, or from the outfield grass. Now he'll actually be on the fringe. We're looking at a 3-1 pitch here with 2 away. Check the runner back once again at first. Back in time was Meditz. Could almost be assuming that he'll be taken off. Well, he'll definitely take off on the 3-2, but if there's a 3-2 pitch, but on the 3-1, I'll be curious to see if he does, because Shreve is checking him like he will. 3-1, runner almost takes off, and actually he would have taken off if he would have not slipped. So now a walk to Smithwick, back-to-back walks. #25th walk of the season. That'll get a little conversation with James Free.
Second baseman, Zach Walsh.
It brings up Zach Walsh. Walsh had a base hit and a walk tonight. That base hit in the 4th and walked in the 1st. Reached as far as 3rd, but Haddad came in and ended the threat as the first pitch to Walsh is a shot down the left field line, and that will just go foul. Walsh now batting .192, the freshman second baseman. Shreve steps off the mound, and he'll get back on from the first base side. He's in the stretch. On deck is Fisher. He's 1 for 2 tonight. Here's the 0-1, and they swing over to the third baseman, Sondri. He'll flip over to second, and that will be the force out for out number 3. But the Broncos get 1 on the home run by Jake Broad, his second of the night. We'll head to the top of the 6th. Tigers trail 4-2 on the Tiger Digital Network.
The Broncos in the 5th, they get a run.
In the great scheme of things, a minute isn't all that much. Unless you happen to have a stroke. All of a sudden, those minutes count. Minutes that could mean losing your ability to talk. Minutes that could mean losing your ability to walk. Talking, moving, walking, gone. Which is why, if you can get help in time, your stroke can be treated. The warning signs of a stroke include sudden numbness or weakness of the face, sudden trouble seeing, speaking, or understanding. If you experience this, call 911 immediately, because time lost is brain lost. Visit strokeassociation.org or call 1-888-4STROKE today. A public service announcement brought to you by the American Stroke Association and the Ad Council.
Know the facts about African Americans and stroke. To join the movement to stop stroke, visit strokeassociation.org today.
Top of the 6th, we'll see the top of the batting order for the Tigers. It'll be Glover, Tarantino, and Free. They'll go ahead and bat in for the 3rd time. We'll get a chance to see, we'll see Grant Neshek. Neshek so far through 5 has given up 2 hits on 2 runs, has struck out 5 Tigers and 1 walk. That home run was to Tarantino's. The first pitch to Keaton Glover's lifted into right field. Taking a few steps inward is Smithwick. He'll make the catch, so a 1 pitch, 1 out to Glover, and there's 1 away. They'll bring up Matt Tarantino. Tarantino had that home run in the 3rd to cut the lead to 3-2.
Shortstop, Matt Tarantino.
Tarantino batting .298 now has 7 home runs as the first pitch is low for ball 1. The 1-0 is a swing and a miss, goes to strike 1. That would have been ball 2 as that was on the outside corner. Took a little off of it, did Nishak. The 1-1 is on the outer half or inner half for strike 2. So Nishak works quickly and gets it to a 1-2 pitch coming up. 1-2 underway, and a chopper towards the third base side. Charging it is Cresto. He'll have to make a play on the run, but safe will be Tarantino, and that will be a base hit. That sets it up for James Free. Free 0 for 2 tonight. Flew out to center on a well-hit ball and then struck out in the third. So that'll end a streak of retiring 8 in a row by Nishak. And James Free will step in from the left side, a switch hitting catcher for the Tigers. First pitch he sees by Nishak is on the outside half, misses for ball 1. Nishak has pitched carefully around James Free for the most part, even though he has struck him out. The 1-0, and there's a shot into right field, looking up and then having to back up and then charge right back into it. Smithwick, he'll throw on to first, but back in time was Tarantino. Tarantino's felt the same way I did about that hit. Brings up Ryan Schultz. Schultz had a base hit in the second. He wound up striking out in the fourth. So there are 2 away here. Here's the first pitch to Schultz, and that is fouled back into the netting to go to 0-1. Schultz 1 for 2, struck out in the fourth. Schultz has 14 doubles, 1 triple, and 3 home runs. As the 0-1 pitch by Nishak is inside and high for ball 1. 2 outs here in the top of the 6th. Tigers trailing 4-2. 2 runs on 3 hits. No errors, while the Broncos are 4 runs on 5 hits and 1 error. Runner goes, throw on to second. Tarantino's going to be caught looking as that will end the inning. So Tigers get 1 on, but after the caught steal, and that ends the inning. So we head to the bottom of the 6th. Tigers trail 4-2 on the Tiger Digital Network.
Statistics say that 4 out of 10 high school students will drop out of high school, but sometimes the difference between dropping out and finishing is a boost.
I sort of got messed up into gangs, and this one girl named Maria, she just told me to get my things straight, and ever since then she's been there for me.
10 real-life at-risk students are filming their year, so you can see what it's really like trying to get through high school. Go to boostup.org to see their stories and give someone you know a boost so they can finish. High school is hard. Graduating is harder. Brought to you by the U.S. Army and the Ad Council.
Hello, son. I'm Dean Rubin from college. Here to invite you to join us this fall.
Me?
You've always wanted to go to college, correct?
Yeah.
Well, here's that invitation you've been waiting for.
Joey, out of bed!
Wake up. You can't dream your way into college. There are actual steps you need to take. For all the steps, visit knowhowtogo.org. Brought to you by the American Council on Education, Lumina Foundation for Education, and the Ad Council.
Back here at Stephen Schott Stadium, Tigers trailing 4-2. Jeff Dominic along with you. Thank you all very much for joining us here. As we will see here in the bottom of 6 will be the 8, 9, and 1 hitters. It'll be Fisher, Eliason, and Cresto. Coming up will be Fisher. He's 1 for 2 tonight as he'll see Ryan Shreve. Shreve gave up that home run to extend the lead for the Broncos as they are up 4-2.
The sixth inning for the Broncos shortstop, Austin Fisher.
Shreve so far 1 hit, 1 run, that run being earned. He's walked 2, but that's about it. First pitch misses low for ball 1. It'll be Fisher, Eliason, and Cresto. He had a base hit in the 4th. Reached as far as 2nd. That's as far as he went. That ended the threat. That's when Miles Haddad came in and was able to finish up Giovannoni's work. Pitch called for strike 1. It goes to 1-1. Just getting started here in the bottom of the 6th. Here's the 1-1, and that's outside ball 2. Infield, Tarantino's playing well to his right. Here's the 2-1, and that goes off of Free's glove, and it'll go into off the backstop and back to the umpire to go to 3-1. Shreve looking in. Here's the 3-1, and that is lifted behind us, and it'll go to 3-2. That landed about section 15, so just a few sections over to our right. So Shreve looks in from the windup. Here's the payoff pitch. That is lifted down the right field line, but that'll go foul and skip away over towards the bullpen area, and count will remain 3-2. The shadows are completely on the field. Lights have not taken effect yet. Here's the payoff pitch once again, and that's lifted into left field. Racing after it is Blake Berry, about a few steps over to his left, and that will make the play for out number 1. Brings up Eliason. Eliason 0 for 1. He grounded out to the third baseman in the 4th.
Catcher, Lucas Eliason.
Lucas Eliason was also hit by a pitch in the 2nd. 0 for 1, batting 177 as the first pitch misses for ball 1. Tigers will have the middle of the batting order here in the top of the 7th as the 1-0 goes outside, but on the outside corner, called for a strike to go 1-1. Tigers playing straight away. Tarantino has moved a little to his right, the 1-1, and that is a little a little check swing pop-up that will go towards foul territory. Schultz will reach up and make the catch for out number 2. Tigers looking to get a 1-2-3 inning with John Cresto coming up.
John Cresto.
Cresto 0 for 2. Did reach on a walk in the 1st. He did score later on after that home run by Brodt. Batting .308. Does have 10 home runs. As the first pitch to him is right on above the knees, right on the inner half for strike 1. Cresto, a sophomore, has started all 46 games, as that is fouled back behind us to go to 0-2.
Who's 5'8" and pitches from submarines level, so everything very low coming in from the top.
2 outs here in the bottom of the 6th, and looking at an 0-2 pitch by Shreve. Here we go. That is in the dirt. And James Free crawling another one to go to 1-2. Free has been a busy guy there tonight. And the Tigers will see the 4, 5, and 6. In the 7th will be Schultz, Mayer, and Halstead. Here's the 1-2, and that is lifted into left field. Barry will take a few steps inward and makes the catch for out number 3. So the Tigers, for the first time tonight, get the Broncos in order, and we will head to the top of the 7th. Tigers trailing 4-2 on the Tiger Digital Network.
Hi, my name is Aaron, and I'm a survivor of mannequinism. Mannequinism is basically when you turn into a hard plastic shell. They say it's from not being politically active. For me, it started when I didn't register to vote, and then I stopped volunteering, and before I knew it, I wasn't doing anything. And that's when I found the first sign. A small, discolored hard patch of plastic on my right shoulder. I thought it would go away on its own, but it didn't. It kept spreading. And when I could no longer conceal it with a t-shirt, I knew I had to see the doctor. He said I had this early stage of mannequinism and that my only hope was to get involved, even if it was something simple. So I began reading the newspaper and instantly got feeling back in my arm. I guess you could say I'm living proof you can fight mannequinism.
Protect yourself from mannequinism. Log on to fightmannequinism.org. Brought to you by the Advocate.
Hi there, this is Sammy Hagar here for RAD, the entertainment industry's voice for road safety. Now, style's a personal thing, and your lifestyle is your business. But if you take it on the road, it becomes everybody else's business. Please plan ahead, designate before you celebrate, because friends do not let friends drive drunk.
A public service message brought to you by RAD, the National Association of Broadcasters, and the Ad Council.
Top of the 7th, we'll see the 4, 5, and 6 hitters. It'll be Schultz, Mayer, and Halstead. First pitch was fouled back by Schultz. The 0-1 misses low. We'll go to 1-1. Schultz 1 for 2 tonight. He had a base hit in the second. Was stranded at first, or actually was grounded out. Was taken off second after a fielder's choice. The 1-1, and that's outside ball 2. Struck out in the 4th. So now we're looking at a 2-1 pitch here in the top of the 7th. There's a shot down the right field line. That'll hook foul, and it'll go to 2-2. Two underway, and that just misses to go to 3-2. Fastball that just did not come back enough by the two-seam fastball thrower. Three, 2 misses, and a leadoff walk by Nishak, and I'll bring up Danny Mayer. Mayer 0 for 2. Grounded into a fielder's choice. He reached first off that fielder's choice and then flew out to the right, or to the first baseman. Just a little pop out. This will be his 81st pitch for Nishak. 6 solid innings so far from him. Here's the first pitch to Mayer, and that's fouled into the netting to go to 0-1. Nishak so far, 6 innings, 3 hits, 2 runs, not earned, 2 walks. That'd be his second walk was to Schultz in 6 innings. Has struck out 5 and has given up that home run. Mayer stepping back in from the right side batter's box. Nishak on the first base side of the mound. The 0-1. That is lifted into right field under it. Smithwick, and he barely had to take a couple steps back. Actually, it takes a couple steps more as he makes the catch for out number 1. So with 1 away, that'll bring up Lucas Halstead.
Designated hitter, Lucas.
Walked in the second, popped out to the second baseman in the 4th.
was this year. Best outings in a Santa Clara uniform this season. Career high, 7 innings pitched. He has hit that mark twice. 2 more outs pitched there this season.
First pitch to Lucas Halstead is on the inside corner for strike one. Halstead 0 for 1 today, walked in the second. Batting .220 in his junior year, the designated hitter. With one away, here's the 0-1, and that's outside, ball one. On first is Ryan Schultz. Schultz drew the walk to lead off the inning. One is lifted towards the center fielder Neve. He will run in and then actually will stay under it and make the catch for out number 2. So with 2 away here, it'll bring up Blake Berry.
Left fielder.
Berry grounded out to into a double play in the second and then struck out looking in the 5th. Wind still blowing out to left field for the right-handed batter Blake Berry. Here's the first pitch to Berry, and that is on a couple of hops towards Cresto. He'll throw on to first, and that'll end the inning. So the Tigers get that one on with the leadoff walk, but are unable to advance him. We head to the bottom of the 7th. It's stretch time here at Stephen Schott Stadium. We'll head to the bottom of the 7th. Tigers trail 4-2 on the Tiger Digital Network.
Guys are great!
Batter up. So, which one's yours?
The one at bat. Oh, that's okay, Chris. Only my kid could strike out in T-ball. Oh, run, Chris, go!
Looks like he's having some trouble running.
Oh, he's wandering way off the baseline.
It's like he can't see.
Oh my gosh, his helmet is too big.
It's as big as a bucket.
You know, I must have gotten him an adult one. What was I thinking?
You're out!
Oh.
When safety equipment doesn't fit, it's game over. That goes for your kid, too. If they're too big for a car seat, that doesn't mean they're the right size for an adult safety belt. If they're under 4'9", they need a booster seat. It raises them up so the safety belt fits properly. And the right fit makes all the difference to their future. To learn more, visit www.boosterseat.gov. A public service announcement brought to you by the U.S. Department of Transportation and the Ad Council.
Getting a little bit of the crowd involved here at Stephen Schott Stadium as the Tigers trail 4-2 to the Santa Clara Broncos, and got the crowd going here a little bit. As I was hearing some people in the background saying that never happens. So Jeff Dominic along with you. Thank you all very much for joining us here tonight as the Ryan Shreve will come in to see the 2, 3, 4 hitters. It'll be Neve, Holm, and Brote. First pitch swinging away was Nebe for strike one. Nebe 0 for 2 tonight. He did get hit by a pitch and stole a base in the 3rd. The 0-1 is in there for strike 2. So Shreve looking in. Working quickly. Here's the 0-2, and that's outside, ball 1. Neve 0 for 2. Has 10 walks and 62 strikeouts on the season. Here's the 1-2. And that one was a check swing, but skips away. And that's ball 2. Neve with 3 home runs, batting .302 on the season and 57 hits on 189 at-bats. Has scored 28 runs, 21 RBIs. Looking in with the 2-2, here's Shreve. That is a shot towards the third base side. That will go into left field and a base hit for Neve. Second time he's reached tonight, and that'll bring up Nico Holm. Holm has reached base twice tonight had the walk in the first, later scored on the home run by Brodt, was hit by a pitch in the third, and then grounded out to the second baseman in the fifth. Holm batting .290. The designated hitter with 2 home runs has driven in 9. 38 hits in 131 at-bats, has also scored 22 times this season. His first pitch is in, and snap throw to first. Back in time was Neve. Nico Holm, a junior from San Diego, California. Tigers trailing 4-2. All thanks to the long ball. 2 of them by the man on deck, which is Jake Brodt. Tarantino did have a 2-run home run as well. And that's where our score is, 4-2. Runner goes, chopper over towards the third base side on Sondre. Sondre will throw, only play is to first, and that is out number 1. Runner was going, Neve reaches second. And brings up Jake Brodt. What more can you say about Brodt? He's 2 for 3. He's got 4 RBIs. He accounts for all the runs by the Broncos. 2 of them and 2 home runs.
Jake Brodt.
Brodt knocking his 4th and 5th home runs tonight. And in fact, the fly out to left was a solidly hit ball that was hit straight towards the line drive over to center field. Keaton Glover, it'll fall for a base hit. Keaton Glover will gather it, and scoring on the play will be Neve, and the Broncos extend their lead 5-2. They'll bring up Tyler Meditz. For Brodt, he's got all 5 RBIs for the Broncos. 5 runs on 7 hits and 1 error for the Broncos. Tigers have 2 runs on 3 hits, no errors. Check swing actually kind of bunted towards the first baseman, Shreve. Shreve will make the catch. He'll snap throw to first. Back in time was Brodt, but there are 2 away. Now I'll bring up Matt Smithwick, the right fielder, batting .234. Has reached base twice in 3 appearances.
Right fielder, Matt
had that double in the first, struck out in the 4th, and walked in the 5th. Smithwick digs in from the left batter's box. The right-handed pitcher gets set. Here's the first pitch, and that is on the outside corner, strike 1. So Brodt has been the Achilles heel. He's 3 for 4. He's driven in 5 for the Broncos. And actually, it's pretty rare that the Tigers allow the 3, 4, 5 hitters really do damage. Usually it's the 7, 8, 9 hitters that we have to watch out for. 0-1 underway, and that's on the outside and misses up high for ball 1. Get you some West Coast Conference scores here in just a moment. With 2 away here, Shreve looks in from the stretch. Here's the 1-1, and that's right on about the knees. And Meditz didn't really kind of care for it, but he didn't really say anything. He just kind of kept his head down to go to 1-2. San Jose lost to San Francisco tonight, 15-0. St. Mary's won 3-0 over Pepperdine. That's in West Coast Conference play. BYU still currently underway. They're winning 11-3 over Portland. Here's the 1-2, and a swing and a miss, strike 3. So the Broncos get 1 more, thanks to Jake Brodt knocking in a Neve with 5 RBIs. We head to the top of the 8th. Tigers trail 5-2 on the Tiger Digital Network.
Hitting a run on 2 hits. No Pacific errors. 1 run was left on base.
Want to fight childhood asthma? Then fight it with a scrub brush and a hot soapy towel. Even in the neatest and tidiest homes, if there's so much as a crumb to eat or a drop to drink, household pests like bugs and mice will do all that they can to get it. And they're more than just a nuisance for kids with asthma, because they can actually trigger an asthma attack. So, sweep up crumbs, wipe down tables, scrub dishes before they pile up in the sink, and store leftovers in plastic bags or bowls. Don't leave bugs and mice so much as one tidbit or nibble, and you can stop a childhood asthma attack before it starts. Discover other simple ways to prevent an asthma attack. Call 1-866-NO-ATTACKS or visit noattacks.org, because no child should feel like a fish out of water. A public service message brought to you by the U.S. EPA, the Ad Council, and this station.
8, 9, and 1 hitters will be due up for the Tigers as they try and get back into this game. They trail 5-2 over the Santa Clara Broncos. Jeff Domek along with you. Thank you all very much for joining us here tonight. It'll be Mobius, Sondry, and Glover. As another inning looks like we're going to have for Grant Neshek. Neshek has gone through 86 pitches, and he's gone through 7 innings, struck out 5 batters, walked 2, has given up 3 hits and 2 runs. None of those runs will be earned. As we'll see Mobius, Sondry, then Glover. First pitch to Mobius is a swing and a pop fly over towards the behind us. And I'm waiting for the bounce, and it does bounce right at section 11 to go to 0-1. So the freshman, Grant Neshek, looking to go to get a second win of the season. And in a good spot to do so is the 0-1 and misses outside. A fastball to go to 1-1. Actually, that may have been a slider. Mobius 0 for 2, but did reach in the third after the error by Cresto. Here's the 1-1. That is misses. 2 balls and a strike coming up. He wound up scoring after the home run by Matt Tarantino. 2-1 underway by Neshek, and that is a swing and a ground ball over to Fisher. Fisher will have to hurry it. He does, and makes the play for out number 1. So with 1 away here, bring up Kevin Sondry. Sondry 0 for 2.
Third baseman, Kevin Sondry.
So with 1 away, Sondry steps in from the right side batter's box. The first pitch misses low and out inside for ball 1. Neshek, from what I understand in his very short freshman campaign, this is his longest outing of the season. Here's the 1-0, and that is swung on fouled to go to 1-1. So with 1 away, here's the 1-1 pitch from the windup, and there's a grounder over towards Cresto. Cresto will gather it, throw on the first, a high throw. That'll be his second error on Cresto. But this time staying will be Sondry. He'll stay at first, and that'll bring up Keaton Glover. Glover may be squaring around the bunt here. We'll see with 1 away. I doubt he'll do it, but it's possible. Glover, a very fine bunter.
Center fielder, Keaton Glover.
Keaton Glover, the freshman from Arizona. Glover steps in, bat on the shoulder. Check the runner back at first. Sondry is 4 for 6 in stolen bases. one of the very few Tiger that will steal bases. Not very many stolen bases for the Tigers. There was a square around the bunt. Keaton Glover's going to have to charge this one. Throw it on the first. Out, says the first base umpire. Mark Buchanan was right on it, but it did move Sondria over to second. And once again, that's kind of what I was kind of anticipating is Glover is known to square around a bunt.
Shortstop, Matt Tarantino.
So a bunt grounder throw from third baseman Cresto. Cresto made a nice play. So after that error, Cresto is able to gather things back up. And that brings up Matt Tarantino. Tarantino has a home run. He is 2 for 3 as he looks in with 2 outs. First pitch to him is in the ground, but it's gathered up nicely by Eliason for ball 1. The 1-0 by Nishak. He deals, and that's inside, ball 2. You would kind of assume that if he loses Tarantino, this might be the end of Nishak's night, who has pitched exceptionally well. The 2-0, and there's a shot into left field. Racing after it is Meditz. He'll make the catch. Oh, that is land for a base hit, excuse me. And that will score Sondri. And Tarantino is now 3 for 4. I kind of looked up and I thought that Meditz had a play on it, and then it wound up dropping right in front of him, and it goes 5-3, and that's what I kind of thought. This may be the end of the night. Well, maybe not. With 1 away, or with 2 away. This will possibly still not be a run earned for Nishak. The home plate umpire, Eric Peterson, will tell everyone to move away, and Eliason will head back with the home plate umpire behind the home plate and bring up James Free. And I think the hometown crowd would love to see this freshman product knock one over the Broncos banner over there in right field. But first things first, got to take care of the business with 2 outs here. 5-3, Tigers trail to the Broncos. First pitch is in the dirt. Running on the play is Tarantino. Throw on to second, offline, and Tarantino will reach second. It'll be a wild pitch, but two away here. 0 for 3. He's batting .333 now on the season. Flew out to right field and to center field, and then struck out in the third as the 1-0 is check swung, but holding up in time was Free. Goes to 2-0. Two outs here in the top of the 8th inning. Broncos will have the bottom part of the order, those 7, 8, 9 hitters. Here's the 2-0. That misses outside, ball 3. Three-0 is well outside, and that's a 4-pitch walk. And now I believe that could be the end of the night. I could assume for Nishak, but so far still staying out there with Ryan Schultz coming up.
First baseman, Ryan Schultz.
So now runners on the at first and second, Tarantino and Free. Tarantino at second, Free at first. Here's Ryan Schultz. The first pitch is swing and a miss, strike one. I'm a little surprised that the freshman is still staking out there, but has pitched effectively. But now with runners on first and second, runner in scoring position, Free at first, Tarantino at second. With two away, here's Schultz. Schultz with the 0-1. That's on the outside corner and at the knees. Strike two. Schultz didn't like that one. He kind of stood straight up, kind of in disbelief. We're looking at pitch 105 for the young freshman here on this next pitch. Here's the 0-2. That is lifted into right center field. Racing after it is Nebe. He will get under it, make the catch, and that is the third out. Tigers are able to get one, but that's all they were able to come across as we head to the bottom of the eighth. Tigers trail 5-3 to the Broncos on the Tiger Digital Network.
Everybody needs clean water, especially Ariel the Little Mermaid and all her friends under the sea.
Flounder, hurry up!
And no matter where you live, what you do above the ocean affects all the living creatures below it.
Scuttle, look what we found! Human stuff, huh?
To keep our oceans clean, recycle and dispose of trash properly.
Isn't it fantastic?
To learn what you can do, go to keepoceansclean.org. This has been a message from Environmental Defense, the National Marine Sanctuary Foundation, NOAA, and the Ad Council.
Some look up to the Man of Steel and others follow the lines in the web. But I look up to my real-life icon, my dad, and calling him anything less than great would be misguided. In his warm arms, I confided all of my fears. And as my time to rear others grows near, I'm reminded that women marry men just like their fathers. And I hope that's true. Anything less, might as well not even bother.
A message from the National Fatherhood Initiative, the Ad Council, and this radio station. Visit fatherhood.org for more information. Have you been a dad today?
Shreve takes the mound for another inning's worth of work. Jeff Domick along with y'all. Thank you all very much for joining us here at Stephen Schott Stadium. On the road with the Tigers as they came over to Santa Clara here and currently trailing 5-3. So far for Shreve, he has gone through 3 innings. Has given up 2 runs, those runs both being earned, and that's all due to Jake Brodt. Brodt has driven in all 5 of the Santa Clara Broncos runs.
Second baseman, Zach Walsh.
And we'll see the 7, 8, 9 hitters. It'll be Walsh, Fisher, and Eliason. As the first pitch is already underway, and swinging away was Walsh. Went for a home run, and all it did was find the catcher's glove, and now actually James Free's going to go ahead and have a conversation with Shreve. Walsh 1 for 2 tonight. Has reached base twice. He walked in the first, had a base hit in the fourth, and then grounded out to a fielder's choice in the fifth to end the fifth. Well, 5-4 put out and a foul ball, and now moves it to 0-2. Just getting started here in the bottom of the 8th. As the 0-2 pitch is a swing and a foul towards the on-deck circle of the Broncos. And once again, they're going to have a conversation between Shreve and Free. Trying to get the freshmen on the same page. They are just wrapping up their freshman year here for Pacific. So Shreve from the stretch, or from the windup, at the 1-2 or the 0-2 is swing and a miss, strike 3. Now just the formalities, throw on to first by Free, and that is out number 1. So it's a strikeout, 2-3, and it'll be Austin Fisher. Fisher, the shortstop, 1 for 3 tonight. Flew out to right in the second, flew out to left in the sixth, had that base hit in the fourth inning on an 0-1 pitch. First pitch just misses outside, ball 1, maybe a little high as well. The 1-0 by the freshman on the inner half for strike 1, so it goes to 1-1. Tigers in the top of the ninth will see the 5, 6, 7 hitters as they trail 5-3. The 1-1 is a ground ball over to Tarantino. He gets it in front of himself. He kind of lets it go, throw on to first, and still makes the play 6-3, but he barely got the speedy Fisher as he bobbled it in, but kept it in front of him. So a good job there, which has been the frustrating part, especially in the early part of the season for Tarantino.
Catcher,
and it'll bring up Lucas Eliason. And with 2 away here, first pitch is outside, ball 1 to Eliason. Eliason tonight, 0 for 2, was hit by a pitch in the second, so he did reach base. The 1-0 by the freshman is lifted into right center field. Racing after it is Glover. He will actually back up Mayer. Mayer will make the catch for out number 3. So the Tigers are able to get the Broncos in order, 1, 2, 3. And we head to the top of the ninth. Last chance for the Tigers as they trail 5-3 on the Tiger Digital Network.
In 1805, Lewis and Clark described in their journals a country teeming with wildlife.
Bison as far as the eye can see. Rivers churning with fish.
They wrote of scenes of endless beauty and of meeting more than 100 nations of American Indian whose lives were one with our environment. Now, imagine what Lewis and Clark and the American Indians they met would say if they walked the trail today. Would they be pleased?
There are herds of homes where the buffalo once roamed.
Or would they feel differently?
Something must be done to save what's left of this great place.
As we commemorate the Lewis and Clark Bicentennial, we encourage you to consider what's been lost and what we can do to preserve what's left of the trail that still winds through us all. Walk with Lewis and Clark and see what you discover at www.lewisandclark200.org.
This is a public service message of the National Council of the Lewis and Clark Bicentennial, the Missouri Historical Society, and the Ad Council.
Last chance for the Tigers here at Stephen Schott Stadium is we'll see the 5, 6, 7 hitters for the Tigers. It'll be new pitcher as well. I'm reading a little bit of the scouting reports from the Broncos side, and we'll have the new pitcher. It'll be. I believe it's going to be called to the bullpen. It'll be Billups going to be playing, and it'll be Alonzo Billups. Billups will be throwing mostly a fastball, an 85 to 88 mile-an-hour fastball slider changeup. He's new to pitching, great arm, great upside is from what I'm hearing. So I want to thank the guys to my left here who was allowing me to help me out here. And we'll see the 5, 6, 7 hitters will be Mayer, Halstead, and Barry. Mobius will be on deck should this inning be extended as the pitching warm-ups have been completed.
Number 31, Alonzo Billups. Leading off the ninth inning for Pacific, the right fielder, Danny Mayer.
So for Billups, he's got a 3.97 ERA, 2-0 on the season. Has not recorded a save, 11 in the third innings pitched, 13 hits, 8 runs, 5 earned, 5 walks, and 5 strikeouts. So Billups looking in to Mayer. A few signals actually by the catcher Eliason will have Mayer step out of the right side batter's box. Tigers 3 runs on 4 hits, no errors. The Broncos 5 runs on 7 hits, 2 errors. First pitch is low and outside. Ball 1 to Mayer. And really, those 3 of those 4 hits are by Matt Tarantino. He's 3 for 4. The 1-0 is outside as well, just about the same spot. Go to 2-0. Wind still blowing out to left. Halstead on deck. 2-0 pitch is lifted into right field, and that will probably actually go towards the first base side, and having to take a few steps to his right is Brote. The first baseman makes a catch, and they're 1 away. So with 1 away, it brings up Lucas Halstead. Halstead 0 for 2. He did reach in the second inning on a walk.
Lucas Halstead.
Halstead with batting .218 has flown out to the first baseman and also to center field as there's a foul ball hit off of Halstead's body. It goes to 0-1. Halstead walked in the second. Really a disappointing season for Lucas Halstead. He came into this season with in his mind, a lot of upside as he was having a really good year following guys like Danny Mayer and Gio Brusa in his sophomore year. The 0-1 is swung on and lifted into center field. Racing after it is Neve. He will reach up, make the catch for out number 2. And Lucas Halstead gave that one a ride. So that'll bring up Blake Berry with the last chance here for the Tigers.
Left fielder Blake Berry.
Phillips looking to get his first save of the season. With 2 away. Here's the first pitch, and that's outside, ball 1. Mobius on deck. Sandro would follow him if this inning was to get extended. The 1-0. That is chopped over to Cresto. He'll back up a couple steps. He'll throw on to first, and that gets away. That's the 3rd error on Cresto. And the Tigers stay alive here. That one went into the dirt, and Brote was unable to corral it. That brings up Preston Mobius.
Second baseman,
Mobius has been known for the clutch hitting, as he had that base hit against Fresno State. He had that Fresno State base hit that scored the winning run, and then scored the winning run on Tuesday against UC Davis. First pitch is in there for strike 1. Sondri is on deck. The shortstop, Fisher, is playing on the fringe of the left field grass. And now he takes a few steps in as the 0-1 misses outside and away for ball 1. I'd be wondering if Keaton Glover would even come up if this inning was to go this far. The 1-1 by Billups was lifted over to the shortstop, Fisher. He'll make the catch, and that'll end the inning. So, or end the game, excuse me. So the Tigers still unable to get unable to get away from that one win on the road. We'll head to the look forward to Tuesday's matchup, as it is scheduled that we will see, I believe, Cooper Casad. So Real quick rundown of everything that happened. The Tigers fell behind early after a couple of walks by Giovannoni. The walk to Cresto, a walk to home with one away, after one away, and then the home run by Brodt pretty much put this game into a tough spot as they trailed 3-0 early. Tarantino came in the third inning, was able to get that 2-run home run after Mobius reached on an error, and it put it to 3-2, but Brodt came back in the fifth with that home run, drove in a solo shot, and then also had an RBI single in the seventh, and that pretty much put the game away. The player of the game for the Tigers is going to be Matt Tarantino. He went 3 for 4 tonight, and of course, what more can you say about Jake Brodt, who went 3 for 4 but had 2 home runs and drove in all 5 of the Broncos. So for the entire Santa Clara Athletic Department for allowing us to do what we do, we appreciate you guys for that, and for the entire Pacific Tigers Athletic Department. This is Jeff Dominic saying thank you all very much. Have a great rest of your evening. We'll be back here at 7 o'clock, first pitch scheduled, right here at Stephen Schott Stadium. Have a great rest of your night. Tigers, final score for the final time. The Broncos win this one, first game of the series, 5-3 over the University of Pacific Tigers on the Tiger Digital Network.
Record now 0-3. Give a save to Alonzo Phillips, his first of the season.
What does freedom of speech mean to me?
I don't know. I've never really thought about it.
Freedom of speech means I can speak out against the majority.
It means I can express my opinion freely.
It's the American dream.
It's the First Amendment. It means everyone has a voice.
I guess freedom of speech is more than a right. It's a responsibility.
A message from the National Association of Broadcasters, Education Foundation, and this station.
That's the Big Dipper over there.
Yellow and blue make green.
Well, a cow pie really isn't a pie.
Come on, Riff! Open your eyes!
Remember, you're always teaching. Teach carefully. React with rage, and kids will learn it's okay to do the same. Keep your cool, and kids will do likewise. For advice, visit actagainstviolence.org. Brought to you by MetLife Foundation, National Association for the Education of Young Children, and the Ad Council.
How can we help prepare our kids for the future? Hi, this is Roger McGuinn. These days, our children face challenges unimaginable to us only a generation ago. We adults need to help our kids find something in school that really sparks their interest and keeps them involved. If that something happens to be music, the child will benefit in so many ways. Playing music in school is a great way to make friends. Studies are showing that kids involved in music are less likely to get into trouble. And kids who studied music find science and math easier to grasp. They tend to score higher on SATs. It has something to do with something called spatial IQ. So get your kids involved with school music. It's a great way to help prepare them for life.
A PSA brought to you by MENC, the National Association for Music Education, and the National Anthem Project, the campaign to restore America's voice through music education. Music, part of a sound education.
Some people still don't believe that secondhand smoke is dangerous. This is Scott Bakula. Did you know that just being around someone who smokes can cause severe lung problems, heart disease, and cancer? But there is something you can do about it. Call for a free booklet from the Will Rogers Institute. It clearly explains the proven risks of secondhand smoke and the ways you can avoid exposure. Toll free 1-877-957-7575. Because secondhand smoke is dangerous. Believe it.
That's the Big Dipper over there.
Yellow and blue make green.
Well, a cow pie really isn't a pie.
Come on, Riff! Open your eyes!
Remember, you're always teaching. Teach carefully. React with rage, and kids will learn it's okay to do the same. Keep your cool, and kids will do likewise. For advice, visit actagainstviolence.org. Brought to you by MetLife Foundation, National Association for the Education of Young Children, and the Ad Council.
My hero doesn't wear a cape or have superpowers. She doesn't slay dragons or kill wizards. No one wants my hero's autograph. She never goes to Hollywood parties, and she definitely doesn't have a star on the Walk of Fame.
My hero doesn't try to sell me soda, candy bars, cereal, or cheeseburgers.
You won't hear my hero song on the radio. He doesn't have a crew, bling bling, or a mansion.